Treacherous. Chapter 21 and 22. I kick off my shoes, get into a comfortable position and prop my feet on a glass top table. Curtis emerges a few minutes later, a bottle of wine in one hand, two glasses hanging by the stems from between the fingers of his other hand. He pours the wine in the glasses, picks one and leaves the other one on the side table, then he sits next to me. There is silence and I can feel his eyes watching me as he sips his wine, then finally he speaks up. "How is marriage treating you?" I look at him and reluctantly say, "Marriage is amazing." "Really?" he asks, intently staring at me. "Yes, my husband is an amazing man. He provides for the twins and I. He also spoils us a lot." He chuckles and takes another sip of his drink. "So you married him for the money?" "I love him," I say defensively. "Oh really?" he laughs. "Yes, I do love him a lot." "Do you really love him?" he asks again, continuing to stare at me. "Yes. Like you loved me." I swallow hard before saying, "Yes, just as much." There is another brief silence in the room. He continues staring at me intently, his eyes pierce through me, making me feel exposed. Frustrated, I grab the glass on the table, forcing down the wine and clearing my throat. "Does he make love to you?" "What are you trying to prove, Curtis?" I cut him off before he can finish his sentence. He raises his glass to his lips and takes another big swallow, smacks his lips and asks, "Why did you marry that man, Salma?" "That is bullshit. You and I both know you married that man for his money and those kids are not his. You don't know what you are talking about. We had a good thing going, we had plans, you promised to wait for me but you went quiet on me." "Couldn't you have waited?" He cuts me off. "I tried to, but then I discovered I was pregnant and I wasn't ready to raise a child on my own." "So you are agreeing that the twins are not his?" "That's not what I said." "So you were cheating on me with that guy even while I was still in the country?" "Wow, why are you marrying Miracle?" "I am just following your footsteps, babe. I am marrying her for the money too." "Fuck love," he says. "That's not right." "Well, I learned from the best. You can't marry her." "Why?" "You just can't." He laughs. "Miracle has been a great girlfriend. When we started talking online, I was struggling in Botswana and she sent me some money. She was the one who actually convinced me to come back to Zambia. She bought this house for me to stay in, gave me a car and some money to start up a business." "Congratulations." I clap my hands together as I speak. "You have made it in life." "Thank you, but that aside, I really miss what we once shared. You know, even after 3 years you are still the one my heart yearns for." His words melt my heart and to my surprise, a flutter ripples through my belly. He moves a bit closer and quickly kisses me on my mouth. At first I don't respond, but the intensity of the kiss sets my body on fire and I kiss him back. Deepening the kiss, he pulls me against me and my breasts press against his chest. The kiss lasts for a few minutes before I finally come back to my senses. Pulling away from a kiss, I rise to my feet wondering what the hell I just got myself into. "Did you feel that?" he asks, standing up too. "What?" I hacks. "The chemistry, it's still there." "I didn't feel anything," I rudely respond. "Oh really?" he asks, holding my face between his hands. "I am a married woman, Curtis, and you are engaged to my sister-in-law. You are my soulmate," he whispers, pushing his face forward and lightly pressing his lips against mine. "Stop it." I pull away from him. "You want to play hard to get." "I have to leave," I respond. Curtis wordlessly grabs me and pins me against the wall before I can even get my purse. "You are mine, Salma. You have always been mine," he hisses. "Curtis, I am someone's." He wraps his arms around me and kisses me before I can finish my sentence. He kisses me hungrily as he slides my dress off my shoulder, and before I know it we are both naked. Deep down I know I shouldn't be doing this because Penjani has been a great husband, but I can't help it. I missed him and I need him badly, and it's as if my body is being controlled by this need instead of common sense. He lays me on the floor, then he undresses and crawls on top of me, pushing deep inside of me. Jolts of electricity fill my entire core and I let out a long moan. "I have waited too long for this," he mumbles as he moves in perfect rhythm with me. He thrusts into me again and again, hard and fast, until we finally explode together. I want to scream out in pleasure, but my voice gets stuck in my throat. I haven't felt like this in years. Panjani is a great lover, but he can't be compared to Curtis. Breathless with passion, I lay my head on his and close my eyes, unable to believe I just cheated on Panjani. Chapter 22 Unedited. A few hours later, I awake to the sound of the door opening. Opening my eyes, I realize I am not in my room. You are finally awake. Curtis walks in with a tray of food. What time is it? I ask, silently yawning. It's almost 19 hours, he responds, placing the tray on the table. What? I quickly roll out of bed. Where is my phone? He gets it from the table and hands it to me, but I notice that it is off. And why is my phone off? I turned it off. I thought you needed to rest. Curtis, I exclaim. What the fuck? I thought you needed the rest. You are such an idiot. I pick my dress from the couch and quickly get dressed. But what have I done? You should have woken me up in time. My bad. You did this on purpose, right? You want to ruin my marriage. A foolish woman always destroys her house with her own hands, he laughs. I will get you for this, I yell before grabbing my stuff and rushing out of the house. I drive back home at high speed. It's a good thing there's no congestion at this time of the day. 45 minutes later, I pull up in front of the house and step out of my car before walking to the door. I walk into the house to find the twins watching cartoons while eating some snacks. Mummy, Jaden runs towards me. Hey baby, I scoop him in my hands and kiss his forehead. Aren't you going to say hi to Mummy? I ask Jada once I put Jaden down. No, she nods her head and continues watching her cartoons. Jada is upset, Jaden says. Why? You were supposed to pick us from school, but you didn't show up and we stayed there until late. Oh sweetheart, Mummy is so sorry, I say, but she still doesn't respond. Buy her chocolate and she will forgive you, Jaden says. You and chocolate, I laugh. As Daddy in? Yes. Okay, let me talk to Daddy first and then we can go and buy the chocolate, I tell Jada and she smiles. After that, I climb up the stairs to our room. I open the door and find Panjani smoking. I walk in and close the door behind my bag, placing my purse and phone on the table. I sit on the bed. He stares at me for a second before taking a long drag out of his cigarette and blows it out slowly. I silently watch as smoke comes out of his mouth and knows I had no idea that Panjani smokes. Where are you coming from? He asks, glancing at the wall clock. I had some errands to run. I didn't know I would take this long. You were supposed to pick up the kids from school at 16, but you didn't. I am sorry babe, I didn't. You know what time I picked the kids up? I nod my head. I was in a meeting and my phone was off. I was only alerted that the kids were still at school at 18 hours when I turned my phone back on. Where the hell did you go? I said I was running some errands, I respond. Where the hell have you been? He snaps, yelling so loud. Startled at the tone of his voice, I stand up. Panjani has never yelled at me. In fact, I have never seen him this upset. He is always so calm and gentle no matter the situation. When I married you, I knew you didn't love me as much I loved you, but I was fine with that kind of arrangement. I have been a great husband to you, Salma. I have done my best to keep you happy. I know. If you are tired of this marriage, you have to communicate. I love you. I will never force you to stay with me against your will. You have been acting all moody for the past few weeks and I have ignored that behavior, but what you did today, I swear to God, if you had been here the time I came home, I would have murdered you, he says through gritted teeth. Scared, a cold shiver runs down my spine. Just because I love you doesn't mean I will tolerate your stupidity. I hope you know that even the kindest people have their limits. Don't you dare turn me into what I used to be, because this house will be too small to contain the both of us. Closing his eyes, he takes another drag from his cigarette. There is a brief silence in the room after that as he continues to smoke. When did you start smoking? I finally ask a few minutes later. There are a lot of things you don't know about me. What do you mean? I haven't smoked in years. See what you have done. I am sorry. And your phone was off. I will not even bother to ask you what kind of errands you went to run, but I hope this doesn't repeat itself, he says. It won't. He grabs his car keys. Put the kids to bed. I will spend a night at my sister's place. Okay. And with that he walks out of the room and stand there trying to make sense of what just happened. This is not how I expected him to react. This is not the Penjani I know. Ella B.